Hey y'all, I'm coming at you with another easy meal. We're gonna be making like a queso dip using ROTEL, and we're gonna put hamburger meat in it. So what I'm doing now is I have my 1 pound of Velveeta cheese. I'm gonna see how this is. I may want to do another one, but I'm gonna do one pound of it to start out with. I've cut it in little cubes, and I'm also gonna get a can of ROTEL I need to go grab. And then in this small little pan over here, I have a pound of ground beef that I'm about to cook. Just a second. Okay, now I'm gonna add in my can of ROTEL, and we're gonna turn this burner on kind of medium-low. Okay, so anyways, I've got it kind of like on medium-low so that we can start letting this melt. And you just want to do this kind of slowly. So in the meantime, you're gonna want to stir that often. But in the meantime, I'm going to season up my ground beef so that I can start cooking it. And we're going to do just like salt, pepper, onion, and garlic on this. So I'm just going to kind of break it up a little bit. And y'all, one thing I do a lot of the time when I'm doing cheese is I'll add just a little bit of milk just to kind of thin it out just a tad, not too much. And it kind of helps, you know, thin the cheese out. I've got my meat just about done back here. I'm going to get the grease out of it, and once this is completely melted, I'll add this in. So it'll be like of course, like a queso ground beef dip. So my niece Peyton requested this, so I'm making this tonight. And we're also going to make up salad because I was in the mood for salad and they said they wanted salad. So it's so hot, and this was something kind of quick to make, and just thought I would share it. I know it's nothing fancy, but just to give you an idea, like for an easy weeknight meal, just something to throw together. May not be the healthiest, but yeah, it's good. I tried to get as much of the grease out of here as I could with a paper towel. Sometimes that doesn't get it all, but this is clean, so I'm just gonna kind of throw that in there. And I'm gonna stir this up. And what I'm gonna do is, we have like this warming zone on my stove that's in the middle. I'm going to put this over there just so it can stay warm while I cut up my lettuce and tomatoes. Okay y'all, there's our cheese dip with the meat. Got some cucumbers, lettuce, and tomatoes, and we're about to sit down and eat. Hey y'all, welcome to tonight's What's for Dinner. I'm going to be making a recipe that my friend shared with me, Brittany. She shared it with me on Instagram. And so I'm going to be making a FRITO taco bake. It looks really easy, and I wanted something easy tonight. I'll defrosted a pound of hamburger meat. It's not completely defrosted. It's kind of still a little frozen. But I'm going to break this thing up as good as I can so that we can start browning this meat. I also have my oven preheating to 350 in the back, and I'm going to season this meat up in just a second as soon as I break this up. My other little meat thing that I had been using is dirty. So anyways, we're going to put a little onion and garlic powder on here just because I like to season up my meat. I also want to add in some salt and pepper. I just don't feel right if I don't put some seasoning on here beforehand. I don't know. And those are kind of my go-tos. I always use those seasonings no matter what. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting this meat all broke up and browned, and then I will bring y'all back and show you what else we're going to put in here. Okay, y'all. Sorry. I got the meat browned. I'm going to use a little paper towel here. I've been seeing people do this, so I started doing it just to kind of get up this little bit of grease in here. There's not too much, but you just kind of rub it around, and it'll kind of soak up some of the grease in here. That's what I'm going to do. So now we're going to start adding in the ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and season it first. with some taco seasoning. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons. Yeah, 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, and we're also gonna put in 2 tablespoons of, well, I may not even have that much. It said 2 tablespoons of minced onions, which I don't use very often. So I'm just gonna put, well, it's gonna be about a tablespoon because that's all I have in there. And then we're gonna also add in, let me tell you. Okay. I have a can of enchilada sauce. We're gonna put that in there. And we're also gonna add in, I have a can of pinto beans that I have rinsed and drained. It called for Fiesta beans, which I don't have. And then it also calls for 16 ounces of salsa, but I have this 14 and a half ounce can of this fire roasted salsa from Walmart that I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Smells good. Mix all of this up real well. And then it says to bring it up to a boil, which it's coming up to. We're going to turn this down and let this simmer for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to just kind of let this simmer here, and then we will put it into our baking dish, show you everything else that we're going to do. So we're just going to do that. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, y'all, it's been about 5 minutes. So I'm going to take a bag of Fritos. It said to put about half of the bag in the bottom of a 9 by 13 inch pan. And I have some Fritos that we already opened. There's about half a bag. So, and I have a new bag over here, but I want to use these up first. So I'm going to put that over there. And now we're going to spoon our meat mixture over the chips. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera with this last little bit. I'm just trying to get it all out. And okay, so now it says to take 8 ounces of like cheddar, Monterey, Jack cheese, or whatever. I have the nacho and taco blend, so it says 8 ounces, which is 2 cups. So I'm going to use half of that and put it on top of our meat. I'm going to try to do that. And then I think that leaves me with about half. So now we're going to put it in the oven. I believe it says for 20 minutes. Guess what, y'all? I did this wrong. I was supposed to put half the cheese on top of the chips, then spoon the meat mixture on, and then add another layer of cheese. Well, I think that, yeah, half the cheese, and then, yeah, my bad. So, we're just gonna, sometimes you think you've read the instructions right. I thought the other half went on, I don't know what I was thinking. So anyway, so we're just gonna have all the cheese, I guess, up on here. My bad. So you're gonna bake this for about 20 minutes. And then you're gonna add the rest of your chips on top and then bake for another 10 minutes. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Just, if you're doing this, put your chips, your cheese, your meat, and then the rest of your cheese. So put this in here, 20 minutes, I'll be back, and we'll add the other chips. Okay, y'all, I did it for about 15 minutes. And now we're going to add probably about half of these chips. I'll just kind of guesstimate and do like this. Put some more on top. It says to put it in for about 10 more minutes, so I'll kind of watch it. See. Okay, that looks good. So, put it in 10 more minutes and then it should be done. Oh, oops, sorry y'all. Okay, it's done. We're gonna sit down and eat it up and let you know what we think. All right, Courtney, how do you like tonight's food?
Good.
Good? What about you, Peyton? Okay. Oh. Adrian doesn't want to show his face.
Boy.
Hey y'all, welcome to tonight's What's for Dinner. I'm going to be making a creamy ground beef pasta dish. Courtney actually found this because I have been painting and I didn't know what I was going to make. She's like, hey Mom, I found a recipe. So I just thawed out this hamburger meat. It's still a little frozen. But we're going to go ahead and start browning this meat. And then over to the side, here I have some water. I need to turn it on actually. Some water I'm bringing to a boil that we're going to put some rotini pasta in. You kind of see over there where I've got stuff taped off. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to season this up with a little salt and pepper. Because we are going to add some more seasonings in just a little bit. But like I always say, it feels weird not adding some kind of seasoning to my meat when it's cooking. I don't know why. So, we're going to brown this up and I will come back. Okay, y'all, got my meat done. I've got most of the grease out of it. I'm going to start putting in some seasonings. We're going to start out with some garlic powder, and I need 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I'm almost out of garlic. Well, I did not know that. I'll have to check if I have any more. Hold on. I think I'll have enough. I'm just going to buy some more garlic, though. There. There's 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 1.5 teaspoons of smoked paprika, which I have, and actually I've never used it. Bought it for something. So we need 1.5 teaspoons of this. 1/2. We need 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. 1, 2. And then I need my salt and pepper. I'm going to go grab it. Start stirring my meat a little bit. Okay. We need 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Salt. Pepper. And it also wants me to have 2 tablespoons of flour. So, let me grab 2 tablespoons of flour. Okay, now we're going to stir this up and let it cook for a couple of minutes, it says. Okay, y'all. Now we're going to add in 1 cup of beef broth, which I just used this beef bouillon and added it with a cup of water. And add that in, along with, it said 15 ounces of tomato sauce, which I had 2 8-ounce cans, so that's what we're going to use. So put that in. There's the first can. Get the second can. And my water is finally boiling, so I can put my noodles in. So, fixing to put those in. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to bring this up to a boil, then reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes, and we'll be stirring it occasionally. I'm going to turn this down so it can start to simmer. It was already starting to boil up. So I'm just going to keep a watch on this for about 5 to 7 minutes, plus I'm going to have my noodles cooking, and then I'll come back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Now I'm going to stir in 3/4 of a cup of whipping cream. We're going to put that all in there. Stir it right in. And then I'm going to also add in our pasta that I just finished cooking. It only called for 8 ounces of pasta, so there you go. And then I'm supposed to add in 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. So I'm gonna go get that. Okay, y'all, now I'm gonna add in, it said to remove from the heat, add in 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. So we're gonna mix all that up. And then we're gonna serve it. This is pretty easy to throw together. So, all mixed together. Okay. Definitely cheesy. So we're fixing to sit down and eat it, and we'll let you know what we think.